Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Madden 17 Road to Glory. And last episode I was wondering how I can get to the 98 overall to get the collectible for Deion Sanders, and we did manage it. So thank you guys for help on that one. That is absolutely huge that we managed to get to 98 overall with a bit of coins still left in the bank actually. So I'm very happy with that. The way I did it is, as you can see on offense, I think I might have changed Julio Jones for Larry Fitzgerald just to get those 4 extra points in there. Also gives Antonio Brown up to a 97 overall. So I think he has all his chems. I think maybe all of his chems are activated there. Deep threat might only be tier 1 actually, thinking about it. But as you can see, that is the offense, and the defense was where we made the big difference. As you can see, a few players have actually gone up an overall, which really did make a difference. So we got Sean Taylor up, we got Bobby Wagner up, and we got Tahir Whitehead up. And the reason for that is we got this man, Navarro Bowman, who got us up to the 98 overall. We are literally just on the cusp of 98 overall. As you can see, if I change DRC to our #1 cornerback, which is where he will be playing, instead of Willie Brown, we go back down to a 97. So we're literally just a 98. But even though we are just a 98, we have already got the solo piece for the Deion Sanders Ultimate Master card, which I cannot believe we're even near getting. And we're going to get him pretty much as soon as we get the collectibles for the Gronk Ultimate Master item. So we just need the competitive badges for that, and I don't know if I'll be able to get them this week. That might be sometime next week, so definitely stick around in the series for that. But it will be something that's on the agenda to do, definitely. Also, something that I'm going to do for now as well, I can afford to mix the team up a bit. I don't have to just go for overall. I can try out a few different players, maybe a few new players coming out, maybe a few players that you guys think are very good players who just aren't used that much. So if you have a player that you do want me to use, or a bunch of players that you want me to use, leave it in the comments down below, and I'll definitely get around to it and start using them, because once the head-to-head objectives comes out, you get quite a few competitive badges for doing that, if it's the same as previous months, and I'll be able to get that collectible soon enough, and we'll have an extra 2 million to work with. Plus, this team is worth about 5 million coins by itself, so that, including Deion, is 7 million to work with. That's pretty much any team we want we can get, or any players we want we can get anyway. There's a few players I do want to try out who I haven't, because I've never had this many coins in them. I've never been able to get, you know, the very top tier elite players. And with the Easter program coming out, the Movers program coming out, and the golden tickets, called Ultimate tickets this year actually, coming out, we should have enough coins to deal with that. And also, we won't have all our coins invested in players who might potentially lose a lot of value with another promo coming out, like Lynch, for example. If there's a 99 running back that comes out who's also good at trucking, or a golden ticket that comes out that's good at trucking, his value will plummet, because a lot of people have a lot of coins this year, so people will be changing over to get the golden ticket higher rated card, or if it's a movers card or something, an easier card to get, they'll be moving over to that, and his price will fall. Same with Steve McNair. I'm very happy with Steve McNair, and I don't mind having my coins invested in him. But other players as well, like Bobby Wagner, a lot of other players I might move on from in the coming weeks. Even though I'm really enjoying them, I might move on in the coming weeks. Paul Krause and Willie Brown as well. But if you guys, as I said, do have any players you want me to use, let me know down in the comments. If you have a certain theme team you want me to use, let me know down in the comments. And also, this will lead nicely into the auction block series, which is something I probably will be doing later in the year, depending on how this goes. If people want me to use specific cards, I can do that instead. But as for now, we'll get into some gameplay with this 98 overall team. Technically 98. I'll leave it as it is now, just as 97, but it is technically a 98. If you have enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. But for now, we'll just jump into some gameplay. So guys, as you can see, it's not going to be the longest game today, but what I want to do for this series for now is get your guys' input in what we should do with the team. So I didn't want to put too much, get too much gameplay, too much time out of this team. I know it's the best team we've ever had so far, and if you do want to see more gameplay with it, do let me know and I can get that in pretty easily. And we're coming up against someone who sent in a lot of heavy blitzes. You can see his safety was blitzing 90% of the game. But if you see that safety blitzing over the left hand side, if you have 2 people running deep, one of them is going to be open unless it gets used, and it wasn't used, and Kobe Fleener gets a nice early touchdown for us. But what I want to hear from you guys is who to get into the team, because I know that was a big thing last year and it did go down very well with a lot of people who are watching the videos last year. We got more views, actually substantially more views on those videos than we do now, because it was just getting, you know, pretty much everyone who watched the video involved. Everyone was commenting, saying the filters that they wanted on the auction house thing. And what I can do now is just get certain players for you guys. I feel like I'm a lot better player now as well, so I can utilise the players a lot more. But as I said, get certain players for you guys into the team. Say you want a review on a player, I could maybe look into doing that as well on the new guys that are coming out, because we will have a lot of coin once we change this team over. I reckon I can get a pretty good 92-93 overall team for about 500k. So we'll have about 4 or 5 million left in the bank to work with until, you know, the movers and the golden tickets come out. So that is something I'm definitely looking forward to. But anyway, on with the game today. Coming up against someone who did a hell of a lot of screens, which they tend to be quite hard to use her against. But luckily, the team I have, the play rec they have, is more than good enough to work out when it's going to be a screen and shut it down most of the time. And I can get over there pretty damn quick with the linebackers I have now as well. They tend to massively outrun the O-line and even quite a few running backs. But as you can see, he went with a screen again. All we have to do is push him out of bounds, and we do just get him out of bounds there. He was very, very close to getting that first down, but we're already 14-0 up. So many guys open on that play there. I was just going to send 5 guys deep as often as possible. If he's going to keep blitzing his safety, he only has 3 corners and 1 of the safety. If I send 5 guys, 1 person is going to be open no matter what. If he only has 4 guys in coverage and I got 5 guys running, someone's going to be open. So, saying that, I think that was Kelvin Benjamin there who got open, who's actually very underrated. He's very cheap as well, and if you guys haven't got him, he gets some really nice animations. And that is definitely someone you should get into the team. Also, something I'm really hoping the people who got the ultimate ticket thing do is they get a D lineman or a linebacker with tip drill chem. What I'm thinking of doing is actually getting a tip drill chem on a safety and putting a safety in the box pretty much all the time. I mean, I do that anyway. I have Paul Krause in the box at the moment, and Sean Taylor doesn't get in on the 4-4 formation. But if we're going to have someone like, I don't know, Harrison Smith, for example, as tip drill, if I can get him in the box and I can send him on blitzes, if I hit the quarterback, he'll be able to grab that ball, and we should get a fair amount of touchdowns off that. So if you get a D lineman with that, it will make your game absolutely insane. So if anyone who watches the videos has an ultimate ticket, doubt it, but if you do, definitely get someone on the D-line with tip drill as a chem if you can choose the chems. That would be absolutely amazing, I think. It'd make the game very glitchy and it'd be very annoying to come up against. But I don't think it'd affect me that much because I don't actually get hit. My QB doesn't get hit that often, sort of things like that. I can pick up the blitzes pretty well. So I think it'll really, really benefit me. But anyway, we're up 28-0 against this guy. Nearly get another nice pick there from Willie Brown, and he's someone I don't want to get rid of. He's actually lost quite a lot of value since I bought him. But on the whole, his card is absolutely unreal. I mean, earlier in the year, I loved his legend card, his 92 overall. Whenever it came up in the draft, I'd always pick it up. I didn't actually pick it up for my ultimate team because I didn't have the coins at the time. But whenever it was there in the draft, I was always going to pick him just because he was so good. Opponent's very consistent with screens as well. So something I'm not actually doing here, he's never running. He's very, very rarely running. So something you can do to help with the screens is if you man up your D end to the running back, or if you put him in a spy, he should hover around the area, not get blocked, and be able to blow up that screen pretty early on. I mean, it won't work every time, but 9 times out of 10 when it does work, it'll just shut down the screenplay, which is pretty hard to use, because when they go for a screen like that, I don't recognise it within it takes me like a second and a half to recognise it, I think, but that might just be me. Other people might be good at using screens. I'm terrible at it. But what I'm going to show my opponent here is actually how to utilise the screen properly, picking up those blocks properly, because all he was doing on his screens was when he got a screen, he'd literally just sprint down the field. And what I'm doing here, as you can see, I'm holding it in the back with Lynch. I'm staying behind the lineman, making him pick up the first block, taking the second block, and we're going to dive in for a very, very nice touchdown there. coming up to the end of the game. I mean, I know it's only the second quarter, but obviously, when you're 35-0 up, if my opponent doesn't score on this drive, I knew he wasn't going to stay in the game. And got a fumble there. Unfortunately, don't get the recovery, but you know, I'm going to keep it going. I could have got one more gameplay in for you guys. I don't have a lot of time at the moment to actually get the gameplay in, which is quite unfortunate. But you know, it's also the fact that I haven't played Madden in a little while. I'm still getting into the spring of it. I'm actually in, I think, All-Pro first string at the moment. Not sure how the hell I came up against this guy, because he was not All-Pro first string level. But it's a lot of games can be quite stressful because people send a lot of nickel blitzes and things like that all the time, which, you know, you can't pick up, and it does sort of ruin the game a little bit. But anyway, we're coming up to the end of the episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, drop a like on the video. As I said, if you have a favourite player you want me to use, let me know down below. This series pretty much will be run by you guys now, depending on what you want in the series. And that's the end of the episode. Sorry if my voice is a bit funny today. Got a very bad cold going on, but hopefully that'll be gone for next episode. So hopefully I will see you guys there.